Hey there, Sorry here. Welcome to part 2 of Wondrous Flash Lightning's Tour of Destruction, where I am going up against all the 12 types trials. So I did the first 4 in part 1. They were all very simple first turn kills. Those are all severely power crept. These next 4, however, is where the 12 types started the trend of having like very specific elemental weaknesses. Now, they're still pretty heavily power crept. Like, these are all going to be fairly quick clears because Wondrous Flash Lightning is, sort of a new level of damage and kind of represents the new meta. But yeah, it's won't be quite as simple as the ones that we were doing before. So let's get in. The first one I'm going to do is Rafflesia, just because Rafflesia has the potential to just totally screw you over on turn 1 if it decides to do AoE death, because we're not building the team for death resistance. We're just going to go in and we're going to pray that it doesn't do AoE death on the first turn. All right, so let's get in here. Now, I only I've had to reset the friends list quite a few times, and there's only one lightning currently up on my friends list. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reuse this friend. So I'm going to duck out of the battle each time I finish before like the end screen pops up, so that I can reuse this friend for all 4. So A-Dog, thank you. Your lightning is going to, help me out on all 4 of these trial clears. So yeah, let's get Rafflesia out of the way, just because if I get screwed by that death resist, I don't want to have to keep doing it over and over and over. We're obviously going Earth on this one. You could go Wind against Rafflesia, but Earth is very, very strong when you have Tulian with all the upgrades. You've got Tsukiko, who brings the Imperil Field, and yeah. Now we will have to use Lightning's normal LB on this one, okay? And so I'll show you all the gear on everybody after we get through Rafflesia. I just want to get through it and just pray that we don't get hit by the AoE death. All right. If we do, we just come back in real quick. But let's get through it. Then I'll show you the gear afterwards, and then we'll get to the rest of them, because really the gear is going to be pretty much the same throughout for all of these. Now this one's not going to be a first turn kill. We do need a setup turn. All right, and then we'll do a pretty big burst, I think, on turn 2, and then another burst on turn 3 to finish the fight. Okay, I'm actually going to move Sylvie back. There we go. All right, so let's get in here, see how we get this done. All right, so Rafflesia has 210% resistance to wind and earth, 260 resist to everything else. So that's why we're going to go with earth. Like I said, you could go with wind if you wanted to. You could bring someone like Bulwark, who does plant killers, which is nice. But Tsukiko works very, very well here. All right, Tsukiko's just going to do prayer protection, Maiden's Consecration earth, and Purging Mandala earth. Tulian will just do his 3 cooldown skills, so make sure you have his Heltengrep, the upgraded Vidar as well, because having all 3 of those cooldowns are really nice. It does the 160 Earth Imperil. It does the 35% Earth Amp for the party. All right, so you can see, look, Rafflesia's Earth resistance is all the way down to 10%, which is very, very helpful. So Sylvie's going to do Burgeoning Defense, Compassionate Knight, because this is going to take longer than 1 turn, obviously, and then Elemental Vines. All right, the Lightnings are just going to do Whole World is Against Us, How I Live, Blitz. Okay, they're both just going to do the same thing, and you're going to see that's going to be a pretty common theme for these 4 fights, since we can't really use lightning on any of these. All right. Okie dokie, so we should be covered now. So Sylvie can now shift. Okay. What we're going to do here is we're going to do her Marion's Blessing Earth. We get a bigger Earth amp for not just for this turn, but for the next turn, which is sort of our follow-up. We're going to save I've Got Your Back, though. Okay, we're going to save that one. All right, Paladin's Offense, and yeah, we'll do Paladin's Defense right now. Okay. Tulian is going to do triple Ringe, I don't know. And then Tsukiko just says Fox Spirit Trimmer because Lightning's normal LB is a one-hit finisher. And this is actually really good practice for timing her finisher because it's got a very long wind-up. And so, you know, if you're looking for an excuse to not only to go back and do these trials, but also, you know, to get some practice timing her normal form LB, because, you know, if you're using her in like Clash of Wills, you're using her normal form LB. And so it's definitely a good idea to get in there and get some practice. And this is really good practice to do. All right, so we're gonna start them. Wait a few seconds. There we go, nicely done. All right, and thanks to, you know, thanks to Sylvie's mitigations, no one is in any danger of dying. All right, so now Sylvie just has to refill my lightning. And yeah, actually that's all she really needs to do. So she'll just refill my lightning. Okay, Tulian will once again do triple Jord. And once again, Fox Spirit Trimmer. And then this one will just do triple Bolting Strike. Okay. You could also do Tulian's LB here if you wanted. Like if for some reason Tulian didn't have enough MP to triple cast, Tulian can do an LB here because it's also triple Bolting Strike, and that's perfectly fine. You could also, if you wanted a little bit of extra damage, you could shift Tsukiko on this turn and have her do her Brave Shifted LB for a little extra damage, but you shouldn't need it. This should easily kill the boss from here. All right, so let's do, yep, once again, timing that LB is critical. I usually wait until I see the gunshot. That's kind of a good time to do it. So there we go, kill the boss. All right, like I said, I'm going to duck out because I only have one friend and I want to keep them. All right, but there's your 3-turn clear of Rafflesia. Thank goodness we did not get the AoE death. Whew. All right. So yeah, I'll show you that. Oh yeah, let me just go ahead and show you the gear real quick. All right. The friend unit is, yeah, the friend unit's not, they just need to be reasonably well built. So for Tsukiko, this is just like some favorited gear that I have on her. It really doesn't matter. She's not dealing that much damage. Okay, so you really don't have to worry about her. She can basically be naked. Sylvie, you know, Blizzard Orbs because counters are good for her. Make sure the party stays healthy and alive just in case something goes wrong. She is the passive provoke unit. Pretty much same gear in both forms there. All right, her own vision card, nothing too fancy. My lightning in normal form. Again, we're trying to go for a somewhat budget build here. So, you know, she's got the lightning clothes, which came with her event. They do give her 500 static attack. Magister's Ring is the only clash gear that's on here, and that's for the chain cap boost. Then just some high attack hat, high attack accessory, whatever you have for those slots. I didn't even build her for full plant killers, did I? She only had 250% plant killer. Yep, so it could have done even better there. And then this is the best vision card that I have for her. If you have a better one, obviously use it. If you don't have this vision card, just use the best one you have in that slot. And obviously put some plant killer in there. And yeah, we don't have to worry about her Brave Shift form on any of these fights because we're using her normal form for all 4 of the fights in this particular part of the series. For Tulian, make sure you have Tulian's Gauntlet Earth, which is what gives them health and grip for the 88% breaks. Vidar +1, make sure you get the upgraded version, because that's what gives him, it gives him the Jord kicks, obviously, for the 160 in peril, but then it also gives him the Jord's Hymn, which is the 35% amp field. All right, so make sure you have that equipped. Otherwise, gear is pretty irrelevant there. All right. And then, yeah, my friend unit, we'll just go ahead and show you the gear. Fairly similar to mine, as you can see. Yeah, basically just, you know, good stats all around here, it looks like. So, yeah, 300 to a few killers like Machine, Dragon, Beast. Yeah, 200% to all the others, but that's all right. It's not a big deal. That's the beauty of power creep, is you can take pretty much any friend you want, and you're still going to end up slaughtering the trial. All right, so that's Rafflesia for you. But let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's do Gloomwing. All right. So all of these four are a fair bit bulkier than the other ones. Like they just, this is where they kind of cranked up the HP to like 11. Like all of these have like 20 billion or more HP. So, you know, it's not as easy to do like a kill in one burst on these guys, especially since none of these are weak to lightning element, but it's all right. We're still gonna get through it. Easy enough. So Gloomwing, you can do either ice or wind, and we're gonna go with ice element on this one. Okay. Oops, that is not what I wanted. Not Tyvus and Ish. I wanted Yish. All right, because Yish had the silver crowns. So if you have a Yish, make sure you use the silver crowns for her, for this ability, all right, which does the 89% breaks and 160 ice in peril. Okay, that's pretty critical. All right, and yep, I think that's all we need to do on this one. I'm just trying to think. Yep. All right, that should do it. All right, let's get in here. So this is going to look very similar to Rafflesia, where we'll do a burst on, we'll do a setup turn, burst on turn 2 that will, you know, do a significant amount of damage. Then we'll set up and do another burst on turn 3. Now there is a chance that Sylvie doesn't counter, because on turn 2, after we do our burst, the boss is going to do an AoE nuke that is going to kill the party. The hope is that Sylvie will counter and re-raise them. If she doesn't, it's fine. We just have to go to turn 4. All right, so it's not a big deal. We'll get through it. All right, well, let's get in there and see. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, before I forget, let me make sure I top up our insect killer. Bug killer. There we go. So now my lightning has 300% bug killers. Great. All right, let's get in here, knock this one out. All right, Fry just does her Aurora key on this turn for the Imbue, Imperil, Amp, all that jazz. Then we'll just use Yish's Crowned Breaks. Sylvie will do Burgeoning Defense, Compassionate Night, Elemental Vines. Okay, her usual turn 1 setup. Same with these guys, usual turn 1 setup here. Dun, dun, dun. All right. All right. Ish will do triple Winter Anderfell. We'll do triple Azure Riposte. Okay. You could also give Ish and or Freya, if you have them, you can give them Ayaka's Vision card for the quad Bolting Strike ability. That will almost certainly allow you to kill Gloomwing on this turn. But you know, I'm not going to assume you have that stuff. It's limited gear, limited limited vision card. I'm not going to assume you have it. So we'll get through this in 3 turns, no problem. So Paladin's offense for the buffs, beaten insect on my lightning, and we're gonna save. I've got your back for next turn. So we'll just do Paladin's defense. Okay. Yep. That looks good. All right. So as usual, send the lightnings. Wait a second, and send the chainers. All right. So pretty close. Pretty close. I think Gloomwing has 22 billion HP or something. All right. So here comes the nuke. Everybody dies. That's fine. Hopefully Sylvie brings them back. She didn't. All right, so here's what you do if she doesn't counter. You just have her do a normal attack. All right, normally, I'm not sure how that lightning survived. That's actually pretty interesting. This lightning somehow survived. That's cool. I'll just have this lightning guard because can't really do anything with one lightning. All right. Thankfully, it did the single target death to Sylvie, and she is death immune. All right. Looks like she's also been berserked. That's pretty funny. Okay, so all Fry has to do is that. Okay, so we still have all of our breaks and everything in place. So all we're gonna do here is just chain. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and this should kill the boss. You can, yeah, you could even do Ish's LB if you wanted. I don't know, for like a little extra damage, I guess. All right, so let's do that. Now, if Sylvie had revived everybody last turn, it would be much simpler. Sylvie would refill my lightning, and we would just do another LB. But this will also work because we're so close to killing the boss. That just chaining is going to do more than enough. Okay, and there you go. So that's how we kill. That's how we kill Gloomwing. And again, I'm gonna bounce out because I'm running out of friends. Gotta love the friends list in this game. All right, let's do Belphegor next. So Belphegor is a demon. Weak to fire and dark. We are going to go fire. All right, there's a dog. So for this one, we'll need who am I looking for? Roberta. All right. There we go. We want Roberta. We're going to keep Sylvie because Sylvie has Demon Killer in a kit. So then we just want like a big Fire in Peril to go with. We could use Vaughn, or you could use Blades of Black Flame Reagan on this one. Yeah, you could honestly go either way on this one. How about we do... Because I'll use one on, because Cerberus is also weak to fire, so I'm going to use fire on Cerberus as well. So it doesn't really matter. I'll show you how to use both of them. So let's do Blades of Black Flame Reagan on this one. Yeah, because it honestly doesn't matter, and we'll put him in his Brave Shift form because we're just going to use that. We're going to use that Magnus here. All right, for the big break, big in peril, and that's all he's doing here. Okay. Just double check, make sure that that is all we need to do, and I think we're good. Yep. All right, let's get in here. I should have put Demon Killer on my lightning, but it's not going to matter. All right. So we're going to do Inferno Breath. Support from the Skies, and Mega Breath to unlock her quad cast. Alright, Sylvie on this turn, again, Burgeoning Defense, Compassionate Night, Elemental Vines. Alright, Blades of Black Flame Reagan. He just needs to do his Magnus. That's literally all he's doing here. He's not even going to do anything next turn. All right, lightnings do their setup. Okay, and Roberta is just going to quad Mystic Breath. It's really nice capping with quad Mystic Breath because it's like a really long chain. It's very nice. All right, so we're going to do Paladin's offense. We'll do Poach Demon on mine, and then we'll do. Yeah, we're going to save I've Got Your Back in case we don't kill on this turn and we need it for next turn. Blades of Black Flame Reagan can... I mean, if you wanted to, you could have filled his LB and then he could have done his LB to do some extra damage, but I'm honestly not that worried about it. So I'm just going to have him guard. He was literally just here for the breaks. It's literally the only reason I brought him. All right. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we'll send our lightnings, all right, and you can actually send Roberta fairly soon after you send the lightnings because hers is like a really long chain. And there, all right, we killed on turn 2, beautiful. All right, so we don't even have to worry about that. If you don't have Reagan, you can bring your Crowned Lock. His 90% defense break will basically equalize the slightly worse fire imperil that you get from Roberta. So, or you can bring Vaughn. Vaughn has a 160% imperil. So yeah, you know, lots of options there for your fire imperil. For Cerberus, we are going to switch. We'll switch over to Vaughn for the fire imperil. All right. So Cerberus is weak to fire, ice, and so I think he's weaker to fire and ice. He has a slight weakness to dark. And then all the other elements you definitely don't want to go with. So on this one, we're going to do, yeah, let's grab Vaughn. Where did he go? All right, we'll do Vaughn. We're actually going to take Sylvie out on this one. And we're going to do, we're going to bring in Nora. All right, Nora's nice for this one because she does the fire imperil field and has a beast killer in her kit, which is very handy. I'm not going to gear her. You can gear her however you want. Obviously, if you want her to deal damage, give her some gear, but we're not using her for damage. We're just using her for utility and then to do some chaining on the burst turn. All right, so let's get in here and see how we get this one. Oh, actually, before I forget, beast killer. All right, let's do beast killer. There we go. So it should be capped on beast killer now. Nice. All right, let's do it. So this boss does nothing but physical attacks, which is nice because you can use Roberta to basically just negate everything he does for the first couple turns. So Inferno Breath, support from the skies, and yeah, we'll just do a Mega Breath. She's actually going to do her LB next turn, so she's not even going to chain next turn. If we don't kill next turn, then we'll use her to chain on turn 3. Nora is going to do Magic Entrapment, Conqueror of Beasts, and Tormented Torment. Vaughn is going to do Oil, My Brother's Gone, Mist, Charge, Fire, and yeah, Lightnings do their usual setup. There we go. All right, so we should have, yeah, we've got that resistance down to 15%. Very nice. Okay, there we go. Miraging all that jazz. All right, Roberta does her LB, which does the buffs. And then we'll just triple Bolting Strike with Vaughn and Nora. Nora can do her Historia Festoria. And we'll do LBs here. All right. So, yep, this is it. This should, I mean, it might not kill the boss. Hopefully it does, but it might not. If it doesn't, it's fine. We'll just kill it next turn. Easy peasy. All right, well, let's do it. Boom. All right. Dead on turn 2, and I'm going to let this one go because this is the last one I'm doing for this segment. So we'll go ahead and let this one. Nice. 5 bill. So not sure how much HP Cerberus has, but yeah, that was more than enough, clearly. All right, and let's see how we did. All right, pretty evenly split between the 2 lightnings there, taking care of business. Very nice. All right, thank you, A-Dog. You were awesome on these trials here. So that's it for part 2 of the Tour of Destruction. I'll do the last 4 12 types trials for part 3. Might not get to that today. You know, maintenance is coming up in about 40 minutes, so probably won't get to that today, but I will try to finish that up tomorrow for you guys after maintenance. All right, so thank you guys so much for following me, and I will see you on the other side.